Good morning. Fair warning, today is going to be probably one that hits a little bit hard in the emotionals. So this is your warning. Also, I figured I'd hop on a little bit early to give everybody a chance to actually get on live, because I feel like whenever I do that, everybody's like, oh my gosh, I caught the live. I think it takes a few minutes to give a notice. Oh, interesting. So I have all my notes in front of me. Yesterday I spilled beans. Did you guys see the beans that I spilt all over the floor of the Daily Dose Club? And if you're at all confused by things that people are talking about of the beans I spilled, you should go watch yesterday's video if you missed it. How's everybody doing today? Before I rip your heart right out. Hopefully you're somewhere that's private, that if you do cry, it's not in public. Hello, good morning. Okay, so we're jumping right into it today because there's a lot to go through. And yes, I am. Someone asked the other day, they're like, are you reading from your notes? Yes, I am. I have a lot of notes. I'm on page 95 of notes to be exact. So yes, there's a lot of notes. Everybody ready? Okay. How did we catch yesterday's beans? Are we awake? How is everybody doing? That's true. Last week was Tough Love Thursday. Well, listen, you might not cry. You might. I'm just giving you a fair warning. It's not going to be a light day where I'm like, la, 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 la. So let's talk about it. Okay. I'm going to give you a list that I'm going to read through, and you can just do like a hand raise and be like, that's me. I feel this. If this sounds like you. So let's go through. I have like a whole list here. And this is supposed to either, give you a dose of reality, or you might not even realize that you're doing this or that you're feeling this way. So let's start with the first one. So you wake up already tired, like you've been running in your sleep. You dread the day before it already begins. Second one. You keep snapping at people you love the most. It's not who you want to be, but your patience is so thin that it's practically see-through. And you can either write this down in your notes if one hits really hard, or you can just be like, okay, that is me. Mary Kay, put the spilled beans in your new purse. I love it. Is your purse green? Is it blue? Is it red? You scroll through your phone for a minute and lose an hour. Being alone with your thoughts feels heavier than holding the phone. The next one. You can't remember the last time you belly laughed without faking it halfway through. Your body feels different, maybe softer in some places, maybe lighter in others. Your jeans dig into your skin, or your shoulders stay locked in knots. As I say that, let's drop our shoulders for a second. Your shoulders stay locked in knots that never seem to loosen. I don't know why I can feel you guys' emotions through the screen today. Everybody good? Okay. In a good way, but I just feel like today's gonna hit. The next one. Your sleep is a mess. You either toss and turn all night, or you want to sleep all day because being awake feels like too much. Your marriage or relationships feel more like a shared calendar and to-do list than a love story. So your marriage or your relationship feels more like a shared calendar and a to-do list than a love story. Friendships have faded into we should catch up soon texts that never actually happen. You say, I'm fine, so often that you started believing it yourself, even when your chest feels heavy and your jaw is clenched. On that note, take your tongue off the roof of your mouth and release let your jaw relax a little bit, maybe smile a little bit. You notice irritations everywhere, the way someone chews, the mess on the counter, the sound of the TV. Your nervous system is so wound up that everything feels like a personal attack. And basically your body goes into fight or flight. Your to-do list is a shapeshifter. No matter how much you cross off, it grows again by nightfall. And we have one left. Can't kill our vibe today. You have to be chill. Okay. The last one. You daydream about disappearing for a week, not because you want to stay on vacation, but because you want to stop existing in a constant state of pressure. Do any of these hit home or sound like you? You're either exhausted, you have too much on your plate, you're letting go of relationships and friendships, your body feels different, you might be tight everywhere or just feel bloated or fluffy, like you're retaining stuff. You're irritable, everything seems to bother you, everything feels like a personal attack. The last one. So if any of those are you or a variation of you, definitely note them down. You can share them in the comments. So here's what I want to talk about today. If you keep going like this, so if you were to keep going, and you know what it's like you wake up, you feel tired, you're already thinking about your to-do list before your feet hit the floor. And when your feet leave the floor tonight, you'll have added to your to-do list. You smile your way through the exhaustion. You are trying to, like I said, juggle all the plates and keep them going. And you keep telling her, like, you're fine, you're good. And people might even think that you have it all together. But the more that you keep stacking on your plate until something gives, like one of the plates are going to fall. And I believe that the plates that fall are going to be probably first your health, probably your relationships, and ultimately your joy. And I truly feel like that's how we fall into a state of anxiety, depression. And I think I've shared this before, but I saw a video about this once, or we're going to get to, I don't know if I've covered it already. It's all a blur. So I heard once that someone said that depression is your body's way of going into deep rest. So that's why it's called depression, deep rest. It's like your body is like, we're done, we're shutting down. You don't choose when things are going to shut down, they will shut down for you. So if you keep going this way of the exhaustion and adding to the to-do list and the irritability and choosing everything else over the relationships in your life and your joy and your happiness, what does that look like? So I think that a lot of people, especially in this generation, we love saying how busy we are. If you ever notice at a family gathering or if you meet up with friends, it's always, I'm so busy. And I truly believe that being busy, it's not harmless. I feel like it's this slow poison, and being stressed and being overly taxed with what you have going on in your life. And it seeps into your life from like little corners, literally like a slow poison. So I want to read this to you. These are the notes that I have of like this, either the small hints that are happening in your life or the bigger hints. So your body speaks in symptoms. You either have headaches, stomach issues, muscle tension, restless sleep. That's a hint that you might have too much going on. Your weight shifts without reason. Your body will cling to stress like armor. Like if you're putting on weight or losing, like if there's an extreme happening or you're just tense, like I said, I really feel like the weight that our body fluctuates, like when it's extreme, I feel like we feel it. Your mind fogs over, you forget simple things, you lose focus, you feel like you have a creativity block. We talked about flow the other day. Flow is one of the best places to be in because you don't have creativity block. You have a sharp mind and sharp creativity, and the creative juices flow. When that's blocked, at least to a creative person, that's like prison, that's like torture. Your tone sharpens, you snap at loved ones, you lose patience, you say things that you don't mean. Your relationship might be strained. Distance grows, conversations feel heavier with the people that you love most, of course. And your joy fades. Hobbies collect dust, laughter feels rare, and days blur together. My question though is how, like if you're experiencing any of these things, we do recognize, right? Like as your friend, I'm telling you this, it can all get worse. So the relationship that's strained, there could be no relationship. The weight that grows could grow 10x more. The body speaking in symptoms, I mean, we could go from symptoms to an actual autoimmune disease, or like it could go way worse. We do recognize that, right? And I'm just like talking collectively, like we're all hugging, holding hands right now. Like we do realize this, right? Like it could get worse. And for me, I said that I would share this. So I had a little bit of a large wake-up call in September. I think what happened, this is one of the biggest reasons why I've given up coffee. My heart rate went so high that I literally thought I had to go to the hospital. I did not, because I didn't want to, and I'm stubborn, but I got a hold of it. And I think it was a mixture of too many plates that were spinning. And I think that my body got completely depleted of iron, which, ladies, we've all been there, but it was scary and it sucked. I did go see a doctor. I did not go to the hospital. I did go see a doctor, and they said something that was very scary. I will share it with you, but not something that anybody wants to hear, that I had a heart murmur. So that was fun. But it was a good wake-up call in the sense of slow it down, stop trying to juggle so much, and maybe just the tiny habits that you're doing could be a detriment to your health. So I share that with you because even if you have like a small thing that could turn into a bigger thing, maybe see it as a wake-up call. Because when you get shut down, it's crazy how much like the train just stops dead in its tracks. We're always like, it's fine, I can keep going, until you can't. And it's like, you're done. Like you have to stop. And your body is just like, no, we're sleeping now. And that's literally where I was. Like my body could not, it was like, we're done. We're shutting down. We're not doing this anymore. So when I was little, my mom had this cutout. She worked from home when I was a kid. She owns her own business, and she had this cutout on her office wall, really small, just next to her desk. So whenever I'd go visit her during the day and be like, hello, I would always see it. And it said 99% of all illnesses are linked to stress. Fun fact, that little cutout was from the old Lululemon bags. There was like a ton of quotes on it, and she cut it out and she kept it next to her desk, because I am very much wired like my mother, and we are very high achievers. And I also believe that the ailments that I have, whenever I talk to her about, she's like, I had all of that. So it was very interesting that she said, you have to not ignore the signs. You have to take care of your body. You have to eat properly. You have to limit caffeine, alcohol, like all the things that we know are bad are like these tiny little incremental little poisons that we allow into life. And I believe the biggest one is stress. You can fix your diet all day long, but if you're a stress basket, you're so screwed. And if you're trying to juggle everything and you ignore all the little warning signs, I just feel like one day your body's going to force you to shut down. And all of the dreams and all of the goals that you have, none of it matters. Like literally, you can't achieve your dream life if you're stuck in bed because your body can't move. So all the things that you want to do that you're so stressed out about, that are so little, like the laundry or starting a blog or getting the dishes done or hosting a party this weekend, none of it matters if your body can't function properly or if your mind can't function properly. So what's it all for? Like, what are you stressing over? And do you need to reprioritize? I feel like this is where we're going to kind of shift gears into going from overwhelm and like this mental block of stress to actually making ish happen. But I just feel like today needed to have like a real conversation of, you have the choice. You either keep pushing and pushing and pushing until your life basically stops dead in its tracks and your body slows down for you or completely stops for you. So you need to be able to, I feel like today is the biggest lesson, is learn to release the weight of the overwhelm, of the world, of the pressure, of the outside things that you're seeing on your social media, of friends, family, all the things that you feel are demanded of you, and release the weight before it breaks you. That's my biggest message for you today. So if you were any of the things on that list above, note them down, note where you're struggling the most. And then tomorrow we're going to go into what I call the anti-overwhelm playbook. So I'm basically going to give you like play-by-play, which is perfect for football. I'm so Canadian, I know nothing about football, but it's very perfect for football season. It's very fall, very autumn. So I love that for you guys. I know today was a little bit heavier, but I feel like we had to have that conversation, and very real conversation, before we keep going. Cool? So take note of what really hit home for you. And if you were to just think about this, like we'll talk more about this tomorrow, but everything that you're thinking about of my health is not, or I'm tense, or X, Y, and Z hurts, or I get stressed, or I get anxious about this, this, and this, or my relationship is strained, or my friendship is strained with this person because I'm so irritable or whatnot. What does your home look like a year from now? What does your body look like a year from now? Like, what does all of that look like a year from now? And just ponder on that a little bit if you keep going the way that you're going. Cool? Love you guys so much. Take some time to reflect today. Take some time to be quiet with yourself, to think about this stuff. Get off your phone, journal it, write it down in your planner. But take some time for you and do the things that matter the most to you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, you guys.